Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are flying solo right now, but if we can find a co-caster, that would be fantastic. But for now, if we gotta roll on our own, we gotta roll on our own. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Cortez, and this is Breaking Baps versus Team Solid. Certainly hope you are all having a lovely day. We wait for this match to get underway. Looks like we had a blue screen.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello. Is my mic okay?
Sound great.
Awesome.
Everybody make some noise for Squelchy coming in. Clutch. I did actually want it to be you, seeing as how this was originally your set. So I'm glad you can make it. I was going to ping you, but I think you were appearing offline, so I was like, oh, maybe he's just not around.
No, I'm just a serial offliner. Awesome. Have you watched any of these teams' games?
I have not. Really haven't had a chance to.
Okay. So I think this should be a pretty good game, fairly even. I think mid lane will be the one to watch. mainly to see what Weebs does, as he went a very interesting Nature's Prophet game, I think, in his their last match. I think it was the phylactery with the heel facet, maybe. And Breaking Baps have also looked quite decent. They've struggled, I think, with breaking the high ground, but I think that's going to be a problem for most teams.
Yeah, it seems to be a problem in general. Dota. It has been for a while, breaking high ground, which I guess is good because you don't want the snowball meta where you fight 10 minutes in the game and there is no way back in.
Yeah, but I also feel like it's punishing if you're like 27k ahead, and because you didn't play it perfectly, you've now like lost your advantage and need to go back to farming for a bit. So I see the argument for both sides. I'm more of the, if you're at the point where you're 27k ahead in like under 30 minutes, then I think you should be able to end the game.
As we look, these are the top two teams in the group so far. Team Solid, 2-0 record, breaking Baps, splitting their 1-6 so far, tied for second. So this could go a long way in determining that.
Yeah, actually, who's in their group? Um,
It's them, it's too hot for Dota, and it was, I just had it open. Black Country.
yeah, I think this group is the one I thought would be fairly competitive, like not knowing who's going to come out on top. Yeah, this should be a big one if I think Breaking Baps are able to 2-0. I think they'll come up as the clear leaders of the group. Or if Team Solid can 2-0, then they're obviously the leaders of the group.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, our defending champs, too hot for Dota, dropping their first series. They sit at the bottom of the group right now.
Yeah, they do have a almost completely new roster with Bassmaster being the only returning one and Zoe
Be taking over.
being the coach or manager.
Zoe, of course, being away for a few days. The marriage. Congrats again to Zoe.
Yeah, congrats. So is I'm not gonna be able to pronounce Fuwafuwa.
I think it's just Fuwafuwa.
Oh, Fuwafuwa. Oh yeah, they're having PC problems.
That is why we are in a delay right now from getting into the draft. How has Robertus looked playing position 4? I believe last year he was clause 1 for his GTI team, and he did pretty well. I think he was one of the stronger carries in the. How has he adjusted to the clause 4?
Um, I think it's been fine. I can't remember. I remember he played Sniper 4 in one of the games. And they obviously won it, so it wasn't too much of a grief. I can't remember what he played other than Sniper 4 though. Let's see. Da, da, da. But yeah, I think Robertus is like one of those players that can do everything to a decent standard. Oh my gosh, when strats load. Any teams you're particularly rooting for this tournament, or you just happy to enjoy some goon Dota?
More the latter. I don't see myself having much interest.
Fair enough.
Just interested to see, you know, you love the comedy of the group stages. Like sometimes you get a few mismatches, but you get the bants and the one-sided games sort of out of the way in the group stages, and then the playoffs is all fairly competitive, so love to see it out of the group.
Yeah, it is good. It's interesting to see the strategies they came up with, whether or not it's just uh like doing some like meme strats of like just good like early pushes, or trying to do like some TI level, exact TI level draft.
GTI certainly takes on a life of its own with the metas that develop.
Yeah, we get to see which is the most picked hero of the tournament. I think last year was Jakiro. I don't think there's been too many Jakiros yet. I think Nutkin might have been the first Jakiro yesterday.
Fuwafuwa now logging into girlfriend's PC. Okay, just in the nick of time. Right as looked like draft penalties were about to be assessed, Fuwafuwa has reconnected to the lobby. Looks like the draft will start any second now. Sorry for the delay, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us while we sort out our technical difficulties. And we will be into the draft momentarily for game number 1 between Breaking Baps and Team Solid. Once again, I'm Cortez, joined by SublimeSquelching. Happy to bring you a series on this Sunday evening or afternoon, depending on where you are. And we are indeed ready to go. Please let all of the goons connect to the lobby.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Dyer's ban. Ten seconds Radiance to go. Ban. Radiance ban.
Well, that sniper is immediately banned out by Breaking Baps, so maybe they saw something in the Robertus
10 seconds to go.
support sniper. Something that they don't like.
5 seconds.
That concussive grenade can really disrupt a carry if they try to go in on a target.
Dyer's ban.
So that might point Solid in the direction of a melee carry.
Yeah, Robertus actually played Tusk in his last series as well, so Sniper Tusk.
5
See if they'll continue to target him. Tusk, I think, has fallen out of favor a bit with his nerfs. Oh, no. There we go.
You ban the Tusk.
Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds.
I feel like in these sort of early games, like Goon games, you kind of want to target the supports.
Dyer's pick.
Enchantress is an interesting
Radiant's
one.
pick. Warlock. Dyer's ban.
Warlock picks, Clock.
Yep, Clockwork pretty strong this patch. Had a pretty big impact in the first series I casted last week between
10 seconds to go.
Halo 3 soundtrack and
5 seconds.
God, who was it? Why am I drawing a blank? Either way, the Clockwork in that series was pretty impactful. A lot of very well-timed hook shots, a lot of disruption in the team fights. It was Wogan's Wizards. My apologies.
Oh yeah, Clockwork is a menace. I'm looking at the stats and he's got an 80% win rate. Coming only second to Slaughter with 100%.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
Luna's been the most popular carry so far, and that seems to still be available. Wendy ban, I don't think you need it. That hero's not good anymore.
Dyer's pick.
Abaddon, Bristle.
Two tanky supports on the side of Baps, so looking to draw these team fights out. Abaddon's definitely good in case of longer fights.
Radiant's pick.
Solid respond with the Bristle and Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon, a very good way to cleave through big HP pool, as well as turn a late game carry against Breaking Baps. So I like the pickup from I like the Shadow Demon pick.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
I wonder how it interacts with the Abaddon shield though. Like how much does it get cleansed?
Well, the Purge is a strong dispel. So as long as Aphotic is not an undispellable, should remove it.
Dyer's pick.
But I don't think you're using Purge just on the shield. With the Wyvern pick though, I think Purge becomes even more valuable if you can purge off the heal from the Wyvern. If someone's shielded and healing, that could be a very ideal purge target.
5 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like to be a pos 2 Wyvern. I think Breaking Baps played that in the last series.
Dyer's ban.
It was very good against the Bristleback. Rubik, that's a good pick against the Underlord.
Pick against a
Radiant's
lot of
ban.
Baps' heroes, actually. Steal Hookshot, you can steal Abba ult to delay, steal
Radiant's
Wyvern
ban.
ult, you can steal Wyvern heal, and yeah, you can steal Pit of Malice. That's a very strong Rubik game, and they haven't even revealed their position 1 yet. Neither team has. Unless this Bristleback could low-key be a
10
Storming
seconds
pick
to
here.
go.
I feel like Bristleback's
5 seconds.
too early of a game hero for Eagle. He's someone who quite likes to farm a bit. I think a Wraith King might be good for Solid's lineup. Another like tanky boy to just get out there with the Bristleback.
Really only needs the one item. Just once he gets an armlet, he can start showing up.
Dyer's ban.
The
Yeah,
Luna is banned along with the Weaver and the Jug. So some other
Dyer's pick.
early game tempo carries. Solid uses their final ban on the Void.
Radiant's pick.
Would have some synergy there.
Drow Ranger.
They go for the Drow. So with the level 6 power spike on Drow, it's another hero, and it's an Eagle staple. Definitely a hero that could turn up, once she's got Yasha plus like one other item.
10 seconds to go.
yeah. Plus the Ags on Drow will be good against all the healing
5 seconds.
on Breaking Bap's side.
And AoE silence too against this lineup of Baps. They have no dispels except for Aphotic Shield, so it can potentially ruin a team fight if Drow catches 2 or 3 in the silence.
Yeah, but this Drow's going to have to position quite well because Clockwork can get on top of her. Underlord could pit in. It's really going to be down to Eagle's positioning and how well
Pick some
Solid
of these
can
folks.
save the Drow.
And it will be a Glass Cannon Griff Shadow Fiend final pick. Just a lot of damage to pump out. Shard plus Desolator. Shadow Fiend could hit like a truck pretty quick and match the tempo that Team Solid looks to be going for. Draft-wise, on paper, this looks pretty even in my eyes.
I think Breaking Baps have got the easier team comp to execute.
Yeah, I would give them a slight edge here.
Solid, it's going to be, I feel like, depending on how these team fights start. There's Wyvern ulting one of the supports when Drow's next to them. That support's just going to die. Catching the Drow out, that's like a big chunk of damage late game. Yeah, well, we will see how this game goes. I did get an anonymous tip about some of the good work Breaking Baps have done. I'm not sure how true this is, but someone has messaged me saying the team Breaking Baps have recently completed 10 marathons between them in an
Places,
attempt to raise
everyone.
money for an orphan zebras in Africa. Between them, they've managed to rescue 738 baby zebras, which are fully grown and fed multiple families. So good on Breaking Baps, I guess, if that's true.
Always wonderful to see charity work being done by the lads. It's what we're known for here. Teams will take up positions by the Southern Runes, and it'll be a smoke up from Solid looking for an invade here. Baps
30
in perfect
seconds to
position to
go.
break said smoke. As Solid walks up the hill now. Smoke will be broken on Jax, who'll reveal it. They know where Heretic is. Jax is just going to run up and immediately get cogs. He's out on his own. Eagle's just going to stand his ground and fight as well. It's kind of a mishmash. They're not really targeting anybody, except for Solid targeting the Underlord, who's the tankiest member of Baps, but ends up going down regardless. A lot of raises going out as well, but 2 fall on the side of Baps here. So despite having the high ground, they're just not selecting their targets. No one on the side of Solid has died yet. A Fade Bolt, not enough to kill Pianist. So it'll be 2 kills going the way of Solid as well as the runes, but the northern runes untouched. So Fuwafuwa should be able to grab this one. I would assume Eagle will probably TP up and take the one in the northern Dire Jungle. Or he'll just stand there. Probably leave it actually for his mid player maybe. To grab a quick bottle refill.
Not so fast.
Weeb's queuing up the bottle first item.
Mine.
Yeah, the pos 2 and pos 3 getting the kills for Solid. That's very huge. Especially this Wyvern coming into late, having to enter lane on not full health as well. It's going to have to play carefully. Rubik mid can slap. But yeah, very spread out team fight by Baps there. Not really focusing one target. Just checking, doesn't look like there's any weird facets being picked. I think I see people go 50-50 on the Abaddon facet, whether or not to get the cooldown one or the Blade Mail shield. Yeah, looks like we're in for a very chill laning phase at the moment.
Seems to be. Weeb's coming out slightly ahead on CS in the mid lane. 12-3 to 10-1, but it's still early. Once Fuwa not actually going for any levels in Splinter Blast, so the farming tool for the Wyvern. Instead opting for the Arctic Burn second point.
I can see the reasoning behind that, because if Rubik steals that and it's like max level, that's going to be a lot of damage that Rubik can do. And also, even though he's not gotten it, he's still blast hitting fairly decently as well.
The Radiant's courier didn't make it.
Shadow Fiend's courier goes down, but so does Robertus in the bot lane. And now, if Griff had mana for... He's got 18 stick charges, so could pop that and get some more raises out. Bristleback's got to be a little bit careful here.
Yeah. Something I learned recently was if the kills are split with a Shadow Fiend, he does not get the +1 max Necro Mastery. I just thought it was when he's involved in any kill. Robertus going in on Griff, though he's just going to walk away.
Yep, the Aphotic Shield more than enough to keep Griff healthy. Ooh, that must have been 4 or 5 stacks of Shadow Poison, though. Level 2 Shadow Poison. Chunked him for half of his HP. Robertus trying to man up against Heretic. Had 5 stacks of Shadow Poison on him, and it completely depletes the Aphotic Shield. Heretic was not ready for that. One more Quills from the Bristleback should be enough, but he's being chased away by Griff, as well as the TP rotate from Clockwork. The Blood Grenade goes out as well. Griff should have one more raise. There it is. They take down the Bristleback. Heretic played that just well enough to survive on about 50 HP after the Shadow Poison was popped.
Yeah, his wand literally just came off cooldown with 6 stacks on it. It's very lucky.
And Baps have pulled the kill score even. Now Heretic will take the long walk back to base. Griff will be on his own. The bot lane as Pianist is slowly walking back top. But this means solo XP for the Underlord here. Eagle, though, with 12 denies, really limiting his XP gain. Still only level 3. Eagle's actually level 4 in this lane, even though Flomp hasn't really left the lane at all.
Excellent idea.
Solid also taking the early lead overall on CS. It's starting to accelerate past the Wyvern. CS has his level 6 and did steal Arctic Burn, but with it on cooldown, can't pressure Fuwa any further.
Yeah, he's going to pick up the regenerate.
Arcane Supremacy taken. The extra AoE range.
Yeah, that's going to be massive when he steals Underlord spells. That pit can become so big.
Regeneration.
Heretic trying to make his way over to the Wisdom Rune. Robertus not challenging it. This is all Heretic's if he wants it. And Heretic will go for it. So both 7-minute Wisdom Runes will go the way of Baps.
Really nice by Heretic.
Yeah. Robertus not realizing what time it is. We'll still have to walk back to this lane, level 3. As Fuwa goes down in the mid, it's a dive with the Arctic Burn from Weebs, who's level 8 now. Solidifying his victory over this mid lane.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Fuwa can head back to lane now with the big cat starting to get so far ahead. And it's kind of hard because he's not maxed that Splinter Blast, so he's going to be slow to farm. And Weeb's teleporting top.
It's a big pop on the Shadow Poison onto the Abaddon. Jax gets another kill in this bottom lane. Weeb's also rotating top. It's a kill, but our focus remains on the bot lane. Now with Fuwa here, it's a curse onto the Shadow Demon. Jax has plenty of stacks of Warpath, kills his friend, then dies to Griff. So a 2-for-2 trade in the bot lane with a rotate kill from Weebs, making it a 3-for-2 overall across the map. A good rotate from Fuwa, realizing, okay, I can't go back mid, so I'll turn around this gank on the bot lane and make sure that my Shadow Fiend survives. But now Weebs, with the stolen battery assault as well as the Arctic Burn, nearly kills Fuwa. The Fade Bolt is enough to finish it. Yeah, maxing out Arctic Burn against the Rubik, very, very dangerous, as that pure damage will go right through the heal. As that only blocks physical damage. Warlock dying in the top lane, and now Eagle pretty low, but turning around on Pianist. Didn't have Cogs or Battery Assault available, so walked up and kind of just fed his life away.
All of our coil spells are on cooldown as well, so he can cast anything to deter Eagle.
A cheeky little smoke farm by the Bristleback here in the triangle. Just spamming quills on these stacked Ancients. In the river, though, we have Heretic trying to man up against Robertus, but the slow from the Upheaval as well as the clones from Disruption chasing him back, and now 2 stacks of Shadow Poison, make it 3.
Someone took out the Radiant's courier.
Kills the courier just for shits and giggles, and now 1 more stack. Has it, pops the Shadow Demon for 700 damage. And then Griff almost gets cliffed mid-ultimate.
That was so close.
Fuwa down here to try to chase them back and save the Shadow Fiend's life again. Oh no, Arctic Burn almost runs out on top of the cliff. They should get a return kill on Robertus, and they do with the battery assault. But Fuwa almost ends up clipping himself by accident. Would have been a disaster, seeing as how he just TP'd down here. TP would have been on cooldown for another 50 seconds. Meanwhile, Eagle already halfway to this Ags, just rushing Treads Ags first item. Ready to get those hypothermia stacks applied to breaking Baps. Flompling will take over the XP in the mid lane so he can try to get his level 6. Down bottom, Griff under a little bit of pressure from Jax.
Oh, top lane free, rotated up.
Yep, Robertus gets the catch with the disruption as well as the Shadow Poison stacking up. And the Gust on top of it to silence any escape attempts from Coil using the Fiend's Gate. The Pit of Malice will come out to buy a little bit of space. They can't walk into it. And now just trying to dodge Shadow Poisons. 3 stacks will pop, but not enough to chew through the Aphotic Shield, and now a smoke from Pianist. Still level 5. No hook shot available.
Yeah, him getting level 6 is going to be quite big for breaking Baps. So it means they'll be able to kill this Drow when she farms the lane.
Eagle now, though, 800 gold off of this Aghanim Scepter. We'll have it in the next few minutes. Probably be the fastest Ags we've seen at the tournament.
Yeah, living up to his name as the Farming Eagle.
There's a stolen Pit of Malice onto 2 by Weebs, and they're going to combo it into the Warlock and the Fatal Bonds. With so many creeps affected by the bonds, it's a lot of damage. The Winter's Curse in return, though. Eagle chewing down Weebs. Is it enough damage? It is. They get the deny. It's actually a deny kill because the curse runs out while the arrow was mid-flight, so they don't get the kill on Weebs. What an unfortunate timing by Baps.
I don't think I've ever seen that, nor did I know that could happen.
I don't think I've seen it either. It's such a precise timing thing. But apparently, if the projectile is mid-flight, if it kills him after the ult ends, the kill does not go credited to Wyvern. Chat, clip it. We found a new way to deny people. They've taken away so many methods. Griff almost has the Dragonlance done, has the Mask of Madness available, so we'll be ready to farm these jungle stacks. And a 3-man smoke, too, on the side of Baps. They're going to go looking for Eagle here.
Still not 6 on the clockwork.
No curse also for 15 seconds. They find Flomp. Flomp will be happy to tank this gank. Shadow Word to buy himself a little bit of time with the healing. It's not enough. Robertus will TP in. Has an AD rune also, so this could be a lot of damage coming out from the Shadow Poison. Pops the Demonic Purge onto Pianist. Pianist could just hookshot away if he needs to, or could turn it around and hookshot back in onto Robertus. Weebs is here though, steals the Firestorm. Gonna make it much more dangerous for Baps to engage on this. So numbers have arrived. Everybody's coming up to this top lane to defend Eagle, and Eagle's got the Ags completed now, so he is ready to fight. Baps unaware of this.
30 seconds still left on Warlock ult, which I feel like they kind of need if Solid want to start this team fight.
Right, if Baps want to go, they need to go in the next 30 seconds, but they're saying, nope, it's not worth the effort. We need to abandon this effort. They've rotated 5 top, so we'll split the map, and we'll take the tier 1 tower with the Mask of Madness on Griff.
Radiant's top towers and bad.
Meanwhile, Radiant will say they'll sacrifice the top tier 1 in return to the 5-man of Solid up top.
Radiant's
Jack's trying to get this tower to aggro onto him, finally does. Now not turning his back. And there's the hook shot onto Eagle. It finds him, but an immediate disruption on the back. The Fiend's Gate will come right on top of Eagle, who's still stuck in the cogs. Coil comes out, but where's the follow-up? He TP's in with only a 3rd HP. Griff kind of separated on the backlines, can't get in range of anybody, and the Warlock ult to also zone him out. The Fatal Bond's coming through now also with a lot of damage. The Aphotic Shield onto Coil to try to keep the Underlord alive. It's a stolen Firestorm, and Weaves will secure the kill. Meanwhile, a Requiem of Souls from the trees by Griff into a Winter's Curse onto Weaves. Can they turn this around? Is it enough damage? The disruption just in time to keep Weaves alive, and now Solid can re-engage, diving the tier 2 tower with the Golem. Fuwafuwa will have to burn the heal on himself. Weaves just 1 HP, gets the kill with the Golem. The mid laner for Baps goes down. It's a great team fight by Solid, making sure their cores are kept alive with the Shadow Demon disruption. Great plays. And they should be able to secure this tier 2. Just not enough damage from the Winter's Curse, and now Coil steps up too far, gets purged. He's ticking down ever so gently. It's a hook shot in return onto Robertus. They get the kill, but at what cost? Can Penis get out? He will. So they do get a 1 return kill here. And it brought numbers to defend the tower. Meanwhile, Jack's pushing the bottom lane. And now Solid begins to back up.
Yeah, Bristleback's just finished his axe now. That was a huge save by Robertus. I think our Weaves got such good pressure in this game. When Griff got his ult off, he immediately cast a spell so that Weaves couldn't steal.
An early Force Staff from Flomp. Great job on the pause 5 getting farm. Pushes Eagle out of range of the Arctic Burn. Now Heretic with a haste loot might be looking to invade here. Cores on Solid a little bit low here. Eagle retreats to the triangle. Start working on his next item, the Dragonlance. Has a Lotus as well. But yes, great support play so far on the side of Solid, making sure that these pushes can be sustained by making sure the cores don't die too early. It's a Fiend's Gate onto the Bristleback down bottom, but Eagle is here as well as Flomp. The Clockwork will hook in onto 2, catches 2 in the cogs. Eagle trying to escape. Does manage to get out, and now Weaves is TPing in. They brought all 10 heroes in the game into this bottom lane. Robertus caught at the medium camp. Won't get hit by the Splinter Blast because it's targeted incorrectly by Fua, and now he's on the run. Arctic Burn over into the river, finds Robertus, will get the tick onto him. The disruption, though, will save him from the damage over time, and Fua will go down in return. And then on the side, Griff also goes down, so the Shadow Fiend dead as well. And now Solid can look to just overrun this team fight. There's the Golem ult onto 2 with Fatal Bonds on top of it. The Abaddon ult pops, but he's not getting hit anymore, so it's pretty much worthless. The Phylactery Fade Bolt almost enough to kill Heretic. And now a stolen cogs also by Weebs. Coil getting clicked down by the Golem, and a lot of damage from another Phylactery Fade Bolt. They're using the Golem to tank the tower, but now the Golem is dead. Can they push any further? Robertus only on a sliver of HP, just trying to throw out Shadow Poisons till he runs out of mana. Gets another Purge off. That purges off the Aphotic Shield, but now he's overstepped. Robertus doesn't have the Glimmer, doesn't have Disruption, but he actually manages to survive the Arctic Burn damage and TP's away.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Solid perfectly managing to push the limits of their heroes, keeping Baps on the back foot here despite bringing numbers. And now Fua caught again. It's a return hook shot. It's a hook shot onto Pianist, but it's not enough. He just buys himself a few seconds, but now gets chased down into the bottom jungle here by Weaves and Jax. Tried to make a play onto Eagle, but Eagle just too tanky at this point and has friends in the area. They will catch Pianist here. Jax will click him down. It's a killing spree for the Bristleback. So Fua overstepping way too much. This mid Wyvern 1 in 5 really has not had any impact on this game. If they had killed Eagle with that second use of Winter's Curse, this game could be completely different. But as we said before, Robertus with the great disruption saves.
Oh, Robertus has been playing so well. So he distracted both Griff and Fuwafuwa when Underlord tried to TP in. Oh, another fight again.
The fight again. Coil very low, but gets healed up by the Abba as well as the
Radiant's
aphotic
bottom
shield.
tower's seen better days.
Will keep him alive, but he really can't stick around too much longer. As the Phylactery Fadebolt combo from Weebs is really just doing half of their hero's HP point at this point in the game, 20 minutes in. Solid looking to take another tier 2 tower. Eagle will click it down as Jax and Weebs buying space on the other side of the tower so that Radiant can't approach. Another stolen Firestorm also by Weebs. They can't stay clumped together for too much longer.
The Dire went and fortified their structures.
Now Solid looking to point their attention to top lane. Griff trying to get this catch-up farm. Has a Hurricane Pike finished. Is now working on Shadow Blade into BKB. Is it too late, though?
Well, we still have the high ground push to see how well Solid do into that. I think I'd prefer him going BKB first instead of going Shadow Blade.
Robertus will use the Glimmer Cape to walk up onto Fua and get the Demonic Purge off. Heretic trying to get his own purges off with the shield, and it's a disruption onto Coil as well. The Pit of Malice will perfectly space out Team Solid, keep them from moving up any further, but another stolen Firestorm from Weebs, as well as the Golem. The committal from the Golem here, I mean, it's just another body to click onto the supports and keep them out, so I don't hate the ultimate, but the Fatal Bond's Firestorm doing a lot of damage onto Baps. All their heroes around half HP. Heretic does not have, he only has 2 levels in Mistcoil, so really can't do too much to level, to heal up his team. A fake out Requiem by Griff. Canceled the cast. And it's another tier 2 being threatened by Solid. Another tier 2 going down just 20 minutes into the game. Only have this top tier 2 left. Eagle has retreated, picked up the Wisdom Rune. Almost there on his Hurricane Pike. Then he'll be able to save himself. Supports won't have to burn their 4 stabs on him. They do enough damage to the Bristleback. And without StormingEagle, Solid is okay to back up here. Leave this tier 2 tower alive. They've done a quarter of its HP. Pike now flying out on Eagle. We'll see what he goes for next. I think at this point you just press your advantage, you get a shard, and you become unkillable. Like, they can't reach you.
Yep, Shard Butterfly. Shadow Fiend won't be able to hit you. Same with the Wyvern.
Especially with the 20% damage from high ground talent facet that Eagle chose for this game. Up the butterfly first.
Coil's finished his pipe now, which should be decent. Should block out some of the damage. Do I feel like now it's going to transition into like just Eagle's damage? And look at that.
Oh, the ricochet damage onto the clock. It's almost enough to kill him. The heal from Fua, but a defensive hookshot. So hookshot's down. So Solid should look to engage here. 20 seconds on Golem, but have all their ultimates ready. They take out Pianist early to start the fight, and now they're free to move in. The pipe of insight is done, so a little bit of tankiness on the side of Baps, but Eagle doesn't care. All he's doing is physical. Bit of Malice to hold them back.
The Dire might want to
Waiting for creeps though, to be able to siege this tier 2. Meanwhile, creeps take out a tower on the side of Solid. They don't care. They're here for the mid tier 2, and that's what they want to get. Stacking up the hypothermia damage onto the Underlord. He's almost dead. The aphotic shield will buy him enough HP to retreat. Griff also having to retreat, force staff himself away. They cannot approach Team Solid. Eagle is free to just plink down these towers, and a stolen aphotic shield also by Weebs to buy even more space. It's a nice Requiem of Souls to get the fear onto Eagle, and he's separated from his team. The Golem is a little late, but the stolen Requiem by Weebs is a lot of damage. It pops the Abba ult as well. Abba healed back up to full. Wyvern doing his best to try to click down members of Solid, but there's too much damage coming out on the side of Solid, and now Baps getting wiped out at this tier 2 mid. Jax trying to get the finishing kill onto Griff to make it a 5-man wipe. Dives the base. They'll stand their ground. He knows he's dead. It's a 5-man wipe by Baps. Solid firmly in control. A great job by Weeb stealing the Requiem and putting himself directly in the middle of the team fight to maximize the damage done. It's a buyback from Pianist, but does he go down here? The Cogs will buy him space to retreat back to his high ground. But effectively a 5-for-1 with a buyback from the Clockwork. Weebs definitely dictating that fight, as well as the Golem, with Fatal Bonds doing a lot of damage also.
Oh yeah, great patience by Weebs there, waiting to steal the spell, then blink in for that awesome Requiem. But I'm really not sure what you do now for Baps. I feel like you just try and claim as much. Oh, they're going in on Jax. Nah, I'm just gonna walk away. So, looking at the net worth, the POS 5's competing with Baps's POS 2 for net worth.
Yeah, once again we bring up this Wyvern pick. Very underwhelming. Had the one good curse early on, but hasn't made much of an impact since. Unable to keep his teammates alive through the magic damage barrage of Team Solid. Solid look like they're threatening Roche. Jax comes through the gate, and they will start Roche. Radiant scan this out. They know what's going on, but in no position to actually make a challenge on it. So they'll have to retreat to high ground for the inevitable push. I don't see Eagle dying. He picks up the Aegis anyway. I don't see him dying in these fights.
Yeah, maybe he'll be a bit more braver now.
The Dire gave up a bottom tower.
Still has not got Shard. Opted to go for the Daedalus instead of Butterfly. Just looking to put the foot on the throat of Baps and just overwhelm them with right-click damage.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits. The Radiant got one last top tower.
We'll steal the Tormentor as well. We'll see who gets the Shard here. If it's Eagle, this is game over. But it is not. It does go to Robertus. So Robertus will get the cleanse.
Yeah, to make it even harder for anyone on Team Solid to die.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Oh, they've caught Griff.
They found Griff in the triangle. You just TP's out now that the lift has been used. No other stun available. Heads up play by Griff.
They see Flompling by himself. They could go on that. And Venus has found him.
They are going to Fiendskate on this too, but Solid is running up the river to back up their Warlock. It's a stolen Fiendskate also, as well as a Golem onto 3 of them. The Fatal Bonds comes out as well, and Eagle is just doing spread damage with the volley. Now Griff having to get on the run. He uses the Hurricane Pike to distance himself from the Bristleback. Bristle hitting down Eagle, but he cursed the wrong target, honestly. They will burn the Aegis of the Immortal with Griff's right clicks, but Griff just absolutely melts to the damage of the Bristleback, and now with Eagle alive again, they're free to just dump damage into the enemy team. Baps loses 4 to the 1 and the Aegis of Solid, and they might lose 5 here as Pianist desperately trying to escape. The Cogs buys him enough space. Still being chased down by the Warlock Golem.
Radiant's mid tower's in trouble.
So with 4 dead, the tier 3 can be pressured.
Have fun trying to bust down Radiant structures.
Again, it's just target selection by Baps. Cursing Drow, thinking that Bristle could do enough damage, but Drow is 24 armor. Does not go down easily. And even when they do kill him, the Aegis does bring him back, so Eagle was able to play a little more aggressive, like you said.
Yeah, ideally they want Eagle to be the taunted target on whoever the Wyvern ults. Oh, have they caught Jax here?
They've caught Jax, but he doesn't have the Bloodstone pop, but still healing a lot from the Bloodstone itself. Pianist goes down after hookshotting in. Just kind of sacrifices himself to keep them away from the base. It's a stolen hookshot in, but it's onto a creep, so Weaves kind of gets left hung out to dry, but the Bloodstone heal from Jax doing plenty to distance himself, and they take out another 2. Griff and Coil down without buyback. And with the cores dead, Fuwa the only core standing, but still has Curse available, but just can't get a target. They have to wait for creeps, so the backdoor protection will give them a moment to regroup and refocus. But the creeps are here, and now the barracks will be threatened.
Yeah, this is such a sad Winter Wyvern build. Not too sure how Baps can get back into this game. Maybe a solid turn off their brain, which they're known to do from time to time.
Yeah, I think they need a... They have the Shadow Blade done on Griff now. They need a big Requiem. Although, he only has 10 souls at the moment, so this is not the time to do it. I think the way you get back in is a big Requiem Pit hookshot combo into a Curse. You basically have to dump all your spells onto Solid and hope that they don't have any of their cooldowns up. Stolen Pit of Malice just making it a no-go zone around the barracks. Splinter Blast also to clear out the creeps. And Weaves is just having a fantastic game, trading Pits of Malice again. 4 stacks of Shadow Poison on the Underlord. Now 5, should pop to it, and does. It's 1,000 damage from the Shadow Poison. But Flompling will actually collect the kill. So now without the Underlord, and with a stolen Pit of Malice, they're ready to push up. Weaves blinks in with a stolen Arctic Burn, getting tags on multiple members of Baps. Griff going very low. Needs to back up into the fountain and heal before he can re-engage. Still only has 10 souls for this Requiem. Just can't manage to get in. Although who is in, though, is Jax. Running in with the Lotus without the Bloodstone. Just the passive healing from the Bloodstone. It's a hook shot in onto Weaves. They've caught him. He's still on the high ground. Forces himself down to the low ground. Griff will cancel the Requiem. He has to wait for just the right moment. If he has a bad Requiem, this game is over.
Oh, where's that pick going? Robertus.
Okay. Yep, we do a little trolling.
But this is what Baps need. They need them to turn off their brains in order to get back in this game.
I want to say Robertus thought that that was a stolen one.
I like to think Robertus is smarter than that, but yeah, we'll say maybe there was a comms error or someone called out it was a stolen one. They're on Baps now. Robertus being dead is huge. I'd look for a fight.
Here is the stolen gate. They find 3 members of Baps outside the base. Jax running in. Eagle forcing himself in to try to catch up. Catches Pianist on the back end of it. He goes down. Fuwa doing his best to heal himself up. Jax just waiting it out. And now here comes Weaves with all the magic damage. Steals the heal just to rub it in. So now has a defensive spell. Should use it to heal up Eagle here so that they can continue the push. There's the Glacier done on Eagle, the Shard ready. He has the high ground, Anakin. Getting full crit damage onto the buildings. And able to plink down Coil as well on the high ground. He goes down, has buyback available. We'll probably need to burn it here. This is the last gasp for breaking Baps. The Requiem goes off, but it's just to keep Griff alive, and he Shadow Blades himself to safety. A hook shot in by Penis. He's just going to get 3-shot by Eagle, who again has the Glacier up and just clicks down the buildings. And this is Megas at 34 minutes. Solid looking to close out game number 1 here. Weeb's getting very low. The Splinter Blast is enough to take him out with a double buyback. They pushed too far. Coil getting the clicks down onto Robertus. Should take him down here if he gets one more root from the pit. Doesn't get it, and it's a Glimmer Cape on the side of Robertus to keep himself alive. Try to get a return kill. Does get the kill, but goes down with his life. Jax trying to finish off Fua, the last core standing. Griff will buy back. TP is about 6 feet.
I think this pistol's too fat. There
Does
we
not
go.
get the kill. We missed the Rampage. T-Tours in chat as we were looking at Griff try to chase down the Warlock. But it is a page for Jax. And now Griff, I'm not sure. He doesn't even know what he's doing. He's just trying to increase his CS at the end of the day. It's a double page for Jax. And GG is called. Solid, looking solid from minute 1. Take game 1.
Yeah, such well played by Solid, able to just keep the momentum going. They weren't their own worst enemies in that game, which I've seen them be in other games. But yeah, I think for me, for that game, Robertus was the MVP. Like, some of his saves were so clutch and just wasting time as well.
I cannot argue with that. We will give MVP to Robertus. I'll give an honorable to Weebs just for how well he played. Some great steals. But pretty much everybody on the side of Solid played well.
Yeah.
But that snowball could have been broken apart had it not been for Robertus. So definitely deserving of the MVP status. Solid take game number 1. We'll be back for the game 2 draft. You have the password, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. It's the same as the last one.
Oh. Hopefully this next game as well will be really action-packed.
Not to say the last game wasn't action-packed. Scotty Dotes, thanks for the raid. Hope the other series went well. What was the result on that one? A 2-0 for Halo 3. That is not surprising at all because Halo played so well against Wogan's Wizards in the series that I casted last week. They definitely should have won game 1 of that series. So, it was surprising that they ended up going 0-2. Definitely could have split
10
it.
seconds to go. 5 seconds.
We are into the draft for game number 2 between Team Solid and Breaking Baps. I'm Cortez, joined by Squelchy. A dominating performance by Solid in game number 1, highlighted by Robertus on the Shadow Demon and Weebs' Rubik. Immediately banning out the Shadow Demon is Baps, so learning from their mistakes, learning from their experience. See what gets through this time with the targeted bans to Robertus. They did go for Robertus in the first phase of the last draft also, but in the Sniper and the Tusk, the Sniper also goes in this draft. So maybe the Tusk gets through.
To go. Dyer's ban. Dyer's pick.
My phone is doing a great job of not showing chat. Pictures, shit. Twitch, come on.
Yeah, they decided to go out for the banning Rubik now, and they first picked Clockwork again. I think the Clockwork could do work and was doing work in lane. He just was falling behind in XP, which just gave Eagle so much breathing room to farm. And Bristleback picked for Team Solid again.
Dyer's ban.
a targeted Eagle Spectre ban.
Radiant's ban. Radiant's pick.
Medusa's been banned by Baps and Viper's been banned by Solid.
Dyer's pick.
Solid picks up the Shadow Fiend this time, and with the Viper ban, they're looking to probably eliminate sources of break, I would say, because the Silver Edge on Griff last game would have been way too late to
10
make
seconds to
an
go.
impact. But if they can pick up sources of break through the draft,
5 seconds.
they could definitely cause problems for this Bristleback.
Dyer's pick.
There's your break.
Yeah, Hoodwink for breaking Baps. Cortez, I don't think the stream looks like it's still got the Goon International.
Oh, I put the... Yep, okay, there we go.
10 seconds to go.
Thanks, guys. Just have to go off of sound cues, okay?
So, all 3 cores still for breaking Baps. And probably a... Well, Weeps can also play Shadow Fiend mid. I don't think it's an Eagle hero myself, but who knows?
Radiant's pick.
Drow's still up for Eagle. DK pick for breaking Baps.
Radiant's pick.
It's just a mid that just won't die. Shadow Fiend pressure, I think. They just want someone who can sit in lane, collect CS, and I mean the Dragon Knight on his own can definitely cause some pressure. With the, I think
10
people
seconds
usually
to
go for the red facet, I believe.
Yes. Yep, as they've nerfed the other ones into the ground. Okay, so this is both supports picked by Team Solid. They've let the Robertus Tusk
Dyer's
through.
ban. Radiant's ban.
Dawn Baps. So a little bit
Radiant's
more
ban.
global presence. Is Dawn able to ult in from anywhere? Unless they were to like pick up a cheeky like 5th pick silencer, no real way to stop it.
I could see Weebs picking a
10
Nyx
seconds to
Assassin
go.
mid just to counter
5
it.
seconds. Dyer's ban.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a mid laner for Baps, so I think Griff plays Pos 1 Dragon Knight. And either 1 or 2 for solids.
10 seconds to go. Dyer's pick.
They believe it's a mid Shadow Fiend, so they ban out the Jug. Where do Baps go? They've got frontline.
Radiant's
They've got
pick.
break. They go for an Earth Spirit, a little bit of a chaos causer. See how effective this is. It is a goon Earth Spirit.
Yeah, it'll make it hard for
10
Shadow
seconds to
Fiend to
go.
get into fights. They'll be able to disrupt him quite nicely.
5 seconds.
How do Solid close this one out? Browse also banned out. A lot of Eagle targeted bans at the end of this draft. Solid have left.
What is Eagle's fourth hero that he plays? Does
Yeah.
anyone in chat know?
What's this niche pick that we're about to get? Eagle's like secretly like an Arc Warden player or something. I think I did see there was an Arc Warden and Scotty's match that overtook the game. I was only on the stream for 2. Viper's
That's-
banned, matey.
Yeah, us is still there.
Taking their time to
Maybe-
think about it.
Maybe a Pudge. Core Pudge might be interesting.
Yeah, their initiation is a little bit lacking right now. You've got the Tusk Snowball, and they do go for the Ursa.
Time to pick some of these folks.
Knock is the winner.
What is that Shadow Fiend set? I've never seen
That's
that.
certainly a set.
It's also a mid Earth Spirit played by Fuwa. So this could be like pretty disastrous in the first couple of levels. I think Weebs is just gonna run this lane over.
Yeah, I still don't think you take ready to roll on a mid spirit. I thought you take the one that gives you attack damage with your ult. Could be wrong though. Apart from that, no odd looking facets being picked. They all look pretty standard by both teams. Probably Zalapa.
Well, can Breaking Baps even this up, or will it be a 2-0 for Team Solid? I would say, going by the draft, I think I have to give it to Solid again. I see this is probably going to be a 2-0.
Yeah, I think Coil's going to struggle against the Ursa lane. It will be double melee against Ursa at CM, I imagine. And like you said, the mid lane matchup as well. We can just right click the Earth Spirit down early, and you won't really be able to react too much to it. Both teams just missing each other.
This time, Solid looking to be well, it was them last time too, making the cross across the river. And Baps just held the high ground, but still managed to lose too. But this time they both invade. Come up empty.
They're going to be spotted though.
Yeah, it might be Eagle if he's not careful. Yep, Eagle smoke gets broken first, realizes it, instantly backs up, and they found Pianist on his own, isolated by the ice shards. He'll lock in Robertus with the cogs too, but does manage to buy himself some space with the rest of his teammates, and it's just a big-ass brawl in this bottom jungle over these runes. A nice bola to hold back too, but Eagle will collect first blood on Coil. That's big money for Ursa to start it off. The Ice Shards catch Fuwa again. He has no role. He took Boulder Smash level 1. They will catch Robertus in return, so it's a 2-for-1. They at least get a kill this time, and with no other stuns, Griff will TP to the other side of the map and escape. So this time, Baps do get a return kill, but still, it's first blood on Ursa, which sets him well ahead. Also has 6 charges already in this lane. He's ready to start getting some CS. So all eyes on this mid lane. See just how much Weebs can take it over.
Yeah, I feel like they should have just played it safe on Baps, but like you said, they Solid invaded last time. I guess they were hoping they would repeat themselves and not run into each other. Looks like Robertus is hunting for couriers. He's about to come across two.
Somebody iced the Dyer's courier.
And he
Dyer's
gets them.
courier didn't make it.
Well played by Robertus.
Beast bomb. Oh boy.
It's amazing how effective your rudimentary armor really is, clockwork.
Yeah, Coil is not being allowed to touch these creeps by CM.
Tries to hammer himself in, but takes a lot of damage from the overpower. The cogs, though, can Coil escape here? A body block from Penis will have to come out, and it does, and Weebs gets his first kill on Fua in the mid lane, and will refill himself with the water runes. He has access to both runes. So the domination of mid has begun. Weebs will walk over, raise the lane, gets the banner creep, and he'll get the second water rune. Meanwhile, up top, kind of just Griff just hitting creeps. Top of the CS so far. I don't expect too much killing going on in this top lane. Especially with an Ursa in the game, our focus should be diverted elsewhere.
We should spar when this is over.
Well, ain't this cute?
Yeah, it'll be up to Heretic to soften them up for any kills in the top lane, I think. Gosh, this Earth Spirit. It's not going bottles, just going to go for Spirit Vessel first.
And you know, Weebs did get the first kill, but
Delivery.
not pulling ahead too much on CS. He's sacrificing his CS a little bit to keep that pressure up. And I did see in the first couple of waves he missed a couple of really, you know, free CS too. But I suppose it's made up for by the fact that he did get the kill on Fu.
Just chill. Yeah, Eagle's already got his Morbid Mask, so gonna be even harder to kill him now. Oh,
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
They
Exchange.
trade in the mid lane. Fua actually gets the kill first, so he'll get the XP and the gold.
yeah. And he's also got a Spirit Vessel now. No Shadows.
Must have gotten that with the gold after dying, so his urn does have 0 charges.
Oh,
Top
top lane
lane,
Jack's
Jax.
going low.
Very low.
Yes, do not.
Oh, Griff, come on. You gotta hit that. Has 20 stick charges, but no soul ring, so only has the wand to regen mana. Will he pop it here? He's gotta, right? He pops the breathe fire, pops it first before popping the wand. The centaur almost gets the stun off onto him, which would have prevented him from killing the Tusk. Tusk does live anyway. But it's a kill onto the Hoodwink. Meanwhile, Weebs now starting to pull ahead a little bit more.
Yeah, if Heretic landed that stun, I think that could have easily been a double kill in Baps' favour.
They have 3 up top. They found Jax, but decided to let him walk away. Oil's gonna have to settle for hitting these jungle creeps. He cannot approach the wave.
Radiant structures must have been fortified.
Gets the big one stolen by CM.
Could use a little help.
Oh, that's so sad. But at least he's playing it smart and not overextending and just chain feeding the Ursa. They finally kill Jax up top. That took a good couple minutes.
Yeah, without enough levels in Bristleback, you know, he's 1-3-1 at level 5, so not that tanky. This is the time to kill him. Especially before you get 6 on Hoodwink. Mid lane, Weeb's diving again. It's a denied tower by Fuwa. Nice play, and then Rolling Boulder's out. He boulders to safety.
Oh, Heretics come mid.
On the Wisdom Rune, Robertus. Stuck in the cogs. Pianist did end up stealing the Wisdom Rune. Weeb's chasing Fuwa into the triangle. Hits double raise. Can't get the last right click off before Rolling Boulder away. But that's going to be a walk back to base. Meanwhile, in the upper jungle, they found the Clockwork again. Cogs runs out. It'll be a double snowball onto Clockwork. He should go down here. They get the slow with the Vicious Nasal Goo. Oh, it's a nice stun by Griff, but not enough. They do get the last click onto him. So Clockwork does go down. It's another kill going the way of Solid. Coil, again, just trying to approach the wave, but has 4 stacks of Fury Swipes on him. And has to abandon the idea.
Yeah, I think maybe Coil should have rotated top to at least get an exchange.
They're going on Griff here. Diving tower. Pops the wand. Still has a lot of health, but not level 6. They hold back the Bristleback with the Bola, and it's a lot of damage onto Robertus as well. He's stuck in the cogs and under tower, so he goes down, and it's a rotation by Fuwa. Gets the point-blank Rolling Boulder as well as the Magnetize onto the Bristleback, and they're on the escape. But here comes Weebs with a Haste Rune. And now Solid looking to re-engage here. Fuwa used all his spells, doesn't have anything left, doesn't have Rolling Boulder for 1 more second. He goes down. Another death on the mid laner for Team Baps. Weebs caught in the cogs though, getting clicked down by the Hoodwink. It's a kill on Weebs, so kind of feeds his life away. He kind of runs up here with a Haste Rune and does nothing. Griff, the only one left to try to clean this up, does get a kill onto the Bristleback. It's actually Heretic who picks up the last hit. So a nice amount of money going the way of the Hoodwink with a double kill. And down bottom they found Coil again. Tries to turn it around a little bit onto Robertus. Does do about 3/4 of his health, but retreats under the tower. And now Baps has numbers going bottom. Heretic also still does not have 6 yet.
Got it.
Yeah. And still not so understanding why Fuwafuwa went for the Rolling Boulder facet.
Oh, they do actually manage to get the Eagle kill. So Eagle hung around on low HP, just expecting his ult to bail him out. Didn't even have a chance to pop it. He still had ult when he died. Top lane. Griff getting pressured a little bit by Jax. Has creeps to dive the tower a little bit. Stacking up the goo. That's it for that. It is a rotate from Pianist, but no hook shot. He's also still level 5. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Robertus goes down to the sniper of Heretic. The arrow finds its mark. It's actually Fuwa who gets the kill, so a much-needed gold infusion into the mid of Team Baps. Dawnbreaker will ult out of bot lane, and they manage to pick up a kill on Jax because of it.
Really nice by Baps. Maybe Solid just a bit too cocky. With how this early game went for them and how our last game went for them as well. Weeps has got a Blink Dagger and it's going. Looks like the spell build for Shadow Fiend.
Yep.
Could use a hand.
Which I thought got nerfed, but
Eventually pick up
Maybe.
the Arcane Blink.
I need not beg for scraps.
Heretic making his way down bottom. Fuwa has a TP available if he wants to come down, and he will. They're setting up here. See if Weeps goes in too deep. The Rolling Boulder misses. That's probably it. They lost the Dawnbreaker and get nothing back, and Fuwa ends up wasting his TP.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
So we switch over to net worth. It's Eagle and Weeps neck and neck. But Griff is right up there with them. Griff's had a pretty good start to this game. 80 CS and 1 kill. Plenty tanky. 1700 HP. Has the armlet done. So, not too afraid of those raises. Has 4 points in Dragon Blood also, so...
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
That's right. Dragon Blood is actually his passive now. Shows how much I fucking know.
Side.
It's a lot of posturing going on, but the Walrus Punch, it does open up the fight a little bit. Griff also pops the Dragon form. Robertus is kind of in pretty deep, but the Requiem of Souls buys him time. It's a great play by Griff to buy his course of space. The Dawnbreaker roll onto 3.
Great turnaround by
Flomp will
Baps.
go down. Yes, it sure is. Weeb's last one alive. Will try to get the triple race combo. Only gets 2 of them. And Coil picks up the kill on the mid laner. So 3-0 on the way of Baps. And they found more. Jax will go down. It's a triple kill for the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, huge. The Hoodwink not stealing the kills, which is great. Them going on their pos 1. I think again maybe just Solid thinking they're bigger than what they actually are. It's like that Shadow Fiend ult did not do as much damage, that much damage.
Top tower's taking hits. Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower? Radiant's gone and fortified their structures.
Oh, they get blue balled a little bit. 5 HP left on the tower. Griff does not get the last hit.
Top tower. Dire's bottom tower's getting the business. The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Solid though, no cause for alarm really. You know, lose one fight, but still have a small net worth lead. You're right there in gold. You're right there in levels.
Yeah, Eagle hasn't turned up to any fights yet. He's just
Radiant's
happily farming away.
As is Battle Fury done. Beebs also has a shield rune bottled, so if they do start a fight, he'll be plenty tanky. Stand in and take some of that damage.
So he's going Sanjin Yasha on the DK now.
Bristles
Blade.
800 gold off of Ags.
Dire's top tower's getting
Yeah, it's going to be big. Fuwafuwa going Blade Mail next, which is going to be nice. Coil is going Blade Mail as well.
Might be looking up to try to set up on Eagle here. Will comes a little too far forward. Pianist reveals himself too. So the Eagle knows that
just
they've come-
bought Boots of Travel as well. I guess he's maybe wanting to join fights while he's farming.
Illusion.
A pretty big wave pushing in top here. It's a CM ult popped on a illusion.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Weebs also ran out of time on the shield rune, so that automatically popped, it looked like. And now that's run out. So without freezing field, I don't see Solid really taking much of a fight here. This might be Baps' time to go and be the aggressor. There's Griff at. Griff almost has the Yasha finished. Be a completed SNY. Heretic gets a nice ward down behind the tier 1. They found Robertus across the river. They'll throw everything on him with the Magnetize and the hook shot, sure that he doesn't snowball away. And it's now a mega kill streak for the Death Knight, the Dragon Knight, and now with 4 heroes mid, looks like this tier 1 might go down. The Ag's completed though on Jax. Start working on the Bloodstone next, but they've cogged him up. The Rolling Boulder misses because of the cog push, and it's a blink in by Weebs, but he's getting stunned by the Battery Assault. He can't get the Requiem off, now finally does with the follow-up raise, kills off the Clockwork, and now the Yules. Dawnbreaker will ult on top of him. They should take down Shadow Fiend here, but he's pig-poling away. Can he actually escape here? He does! Jax also escapes on 1 HP. Just enough kiting by Weebs. Keep himself away. Heretic will break the Ursa. Coil very low. Does manage to pick up the kill on Bristleback. Robertus goes in. Should die to the Spirit Vessel. He does, but it's a return kill onto the mid laner of Baps with the Earth Spirit going down, and then Heretic falls next. Pianist goes in as Weebs is setting up for the final raise onto Griff, but a great timed hook shot to keep Griff alive, and he just needs to run away here at this point. Just sacrifice his Clockwork, but instead he goes in, and now he's vastly outnumbered, trying to armlet toggle to keep himself healthy, trying to juke him in the trees, but it's 3 members of Solid, and they found him. Flompling should have enough for the Frostbite here. Doesn't need it. Weebs picks up a dominating streak. It ends up being all 5 down for the side of Baps. Griff needed to just leave. He just needed to leave. There was no way he was going to get return kills there. But it saved a friend syndrome, and it cost Baps dearly.
Yeah, that was great bait, I guess, by Robertus by randomly dying, trying to kill a hoodwink, which just sort of snowballed into that delayed wipe on Baps.
Nice blink away by Weebs. Now they're setting up for Fuwa on the top lane. Rolling Boulder out. Not in range of the snowball, but did get the goo on him, so he has another boulder though.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to catch him.
Oh, not if they come from behind. They've brought numbers, plenty of them. Rolling Boulder away too, but doesn't make it to the high ground. Weebs blinks up to the high ground and doesn't see him. They reveal that he's still on the low ground. And there's the Yules into the Requiem. It's a lot of damage though from the Blade Mail in return. Weebs will just go home. The rest of Baps not close enough to make a counterplay on that. Dawnbreaker will reveal the entire map for a few seconds. They reveal that Weebs did go home. So there's no Shadow Fiend there. Eagle TP's bottom, but there are some members of Baps that are hanging out bot lane. If they see him down here, Heretic maybe looking for another courier snipe here. Oh, he lost vision! The Sange will be successfully delivered to Eagle. SNY complete as they enter the Roche pit. Like, Heretic just had to not go... Why did he go left through the trees? I don't know why he did that.
Some goon Dota.
numbers down here, though, and now they found Heretic, and with Aegis of the Immortal on the Ursa, they are ready to fight. Heretic gets absolutely clapped by the Ursa Warrior, and now it's a Yule's onto Coil. They found him as well. Pops the Blade Mail, just hoping to get a cheeky return kill, but the damage is split between the punch and the claws of the Ursa Warrior. So they lose 2. Griff is revealed on this high ground. He needs to back himself up. Pianist, use your cogs. There you go. But it's an ult by the Ursa to try to man up through it. The Dawnbreaker ult buyback ult in. It's a nice ult in from the Dawnbreaker, and now they're going to get numbers here. Weebs has to use his Yules defensively, and is going to Requiem to buy himself space. Very, very low. Almost ticks down, but the wand is enough. Actually gets Spirit Vesseled by Fuwa, who comes in from the Ancient Camp and picks up a kill on the Shadow Fiend. So 2 for 2. It's a dieback on Coil, but I think that dieback is worth it because the ult did a lot of work to keep his team alive there.
Yeah, I'd say that's worth for Baps. They got rid of the Aegis. They got kills on on their cores. That was really good.
And now Robertus uses Snowball on creeps in the mid lane. He has no way to get away. Fool will just keep him locked in place. There's the Spirit Vessel charge. This should be a dead Robertus. There it is.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Radiant's bottom tower's seen better days.
Ooh. Whiff on the hook. But not on the Bola. Plus the break from Heretic. A lot of damage coming out on the CM. She gets Force Staff, but into the cogs. The Spirit Vessel will be enough to get the finish. So CM goes down. Blade Mail on the side of Pianist. Dissuading Weebs from continuing the clicking. Meanwhile, Eagle, Griff will just TP out.
I think Griff could 1v1 Eagle, honestly. Might be close.
It'd be close. I don't know. I don't think he has enough damage, especially if with Ursa ult. Like breathe fire will cut the right click damage a little bit, but Fury Swipes kind of makes it so he doesn't care too much about the right click. Like Eagle's like, all right, reduce my damage, but I'm still hitting you more every hit.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Solid, bringing numbers mid. It's an aggressive blink forward Yules combo onto Fuwa, but doesn't get the Requiem off. Coil there to buy space. It's a great interrupt by Pianist to stop the freezing field by Flompling, and now the damage comes out. Fuwa doing so much as he can with the Blade Mail, but it's not enough. The Requiem goes off on point blank onto the Dawnbreaker. It's 3 for 0, and the Hoodwink ult misses to add insult to injury, and Heretic will be the 4th. It's 4 for 0 in the mid lane. Solid, taking a great fight there. It was nice counter initiation by the Clockwork, but they had no follow-up after that. The point-blank Requiem on the Dawnbreaker deleted her. And without Dragon Knight there, not much they can do. Weeb's trying to get vision for the Yules. Griff gives him the nice juke in the trees. Oh, he might have voice lined a moment too soon. He gets punched up. Does manage to get the stun onto the Shadow Fiend. Gets trapped in the Ice Shards, but manages to find his way to the high ground and the safety of his base.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help. The Dire couldn't hang on to that mid tower.
Incoming.
Ends up not paying for the voice line with his life. EKB almost finished on Griff as well, but it's a 13k net lead worth lead now for Solid.
Can't do nothing about Dire structures right now.
2 outer towers left to claim. They found Eagle. They've isolated him. He pops the ult for the damage resist, but that ult's about to run out as well as the Spirit Vessel damage. They lose Eagle. Baps trying to chase for more. Jack's hanging himself out there, but Weebs is on the flank here. It's a punch up onto Fuwa. Fuwa will roll in and reveal Weebs on the high ground. they'll just burn all their damage onto Robertus.
Flompling getting low in that from the DK. Able to escape with Glimmer. Oh, never mind.
They found the CM. The chase proves worth it.
Caster cursed the CM there.
Yep, but a great jump by Baps to catch Eagle out by himself. The ult did not keep him alive long enough, and once that ran out, he melted. And it allowed Baps to say, alright, well, their big source of damage is gone. Weebs isn't there. It's time to go. And go they went. And go they go again. But Robertus with a nice defensive snowball onto his Shadow Fiend. The Requiem goes off, but Weebs is so low he dies instantly. So that it ends up being like a double Requiem, but still doesn't pick up any kills with it. Robertus dies for his sins, trying to keep his core alive. It was a nice defensive snowball, but they had nowhere to go after that because the rest of Baps was just standing on top of them. And a quick two-piece in the mid lane leads to a tower. And the net worth lead has shrunken by half in the last 3 minutes here.
Do it with flair.
Yeah, Weeps, I think, got done in by the triple blade mail on Baps' side. That was a lot of damage he just did to himself. And, Heart of Tarask is the next item for Earth Spirit. Shadow Blade for the DK for another break, and so he can actually do some damage.
Fuwa, I think, has rebounded nicely from having. Not only was it a rough game one, but a rough laning stage against the Shadow Fiend. Didn't manage to, he pulled a kill back. I think he went 2 for 1. Like 1 for 2 on kills in the mid lane, but he's definitely had an impact in these later fights.
Oh yeah, he's done a great job recovering from that early game.
Radiant's mid
I think it's like you said, the chaos factor the Earth Spirit brings into team fights. Like I'll keep chirping about, I really don't think that facet is the right one.
Heretic doing some scouting down here. Finds Robertus, but also finds Eagle. And that'll be the signal to retreat. Roshan is alive again.
They've got Heretic out.
They sure have. The bear claims the squirrel, as nature intended, and now claims the Earth Spirit as well. Dawnbreaker going to go for the ult here to try to keep his mid player alive. Is not successful. Pops his BKB. Meanwhile, Flompling getting a full duration freezing field here. It's going to be a wipe onto Baps. Griff has to pop BKB and Shadow Blade to try to escape. Ends up giving them the slip.
Bottom tower.
But if Radiant realize that Roche is up, Roche is now migrating down here. So they will just turn around, I think, and go for the Roche kill.
Griff did get pinged out, so they know where he is. I think Baps needs someone to build a Shivas just to deal with the Bristle regen.
Double damage. Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
Ooh,
Wow,
Griff reveals himself, doesn't even get the courier kill, and now he's isolated with no BKB. Oh, the slow from Eagle misses. But Dragon Form runs out. Griff needs to get the hell out of here. Shadowblade back up again. That'll
Ran
be his
into a
ticket out.
sentry.
No Dawnbreaker for 30 seconds to ult back in. So there's no global save here. Griff just relying on invisibility equals invincibility. Manages to escape. Yeah, no dust on the side of Solid there, knowing that this Dragon Knight has had a Shadow Blade for like 10 minutes is pretty criminal. The Bristle has dust. But second Roche claimed by Eagle. Now has Satanic finished as well as a Basher. He is a scary bear.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
Baps looks to let this tower go. They're looking to get pressure onto the tier 2 of top lane.
Bad shape.
Potentially turn it into a barracks push with the cart being alive.
Radiant's mid tower.
Yeah,
High ground not being
explain.
threatened yet by Solid, and Eagle will actually TP back. Finds Heretic in the mid. Heretic gonna scurry through the trees. This time the squirrel evades the Predator.
Top tower's hurting.
Rod of Atos to hold him back.
Radiant's
Still
top
trying to hold
tower
him back. Weave's coming though from the side. They don't notice him. It's a two-man stun into a Requiem. It's a lot of damage, especially with the Ag's Requiem returning the damage. With two quickly dead on the side of Baps. Griff trying to get away, but gets dusted up. They're going to have to chew through a lot of HP, and they do it with Eagle. It's 3 dead on the side of Baps. 3 for 1. 4 for 1 as they find the squirrel. The bear fattening up well for hibernation.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
And this should be a Rax.
Dire's bottom tower got blown to bits. The Dire's bottom racks got problems.
Yeah, I think Baps is still in it though. It's just been fights where they're the ones that have been initiated on, and
Dire's mid tower's
they haven't done the initiating
Dire's
themselves.
structure's looking fortified.
So they managed to pull it back to a 7k net worth lead, but now it's ballooned back to a 14k where it was before. And now looking, it's an 85% chance for Team Solid to close this out. There's a hook shot onto Eagle, who is low, but pops his ult and does still have Aegis. He uses himself to escape the Hoodwink ult, and now the ult's run out, so that will pop the Aegis. Eagle kind of on his own. Weaves needs to blink in and does blink in. Gets a big Requiem onto 3. The whole team. But where's the follow-up damage? Eagle escapes on a sliver of HP. A snowball in by Robertus and Jax, and the kick away. Kicks Griff back to the tier 4s. They've lost 3, but they've also lost the Shadow Fiend. So Griff might be able to clean this up here with the break onto Bristleback. Root him in place with the A-Toss. He's healing up. He pops his Bloodstone heal. Almost back to half HP. Can they keep him in place?
Nah. Eagle TPing back in, finish up the fight.
Griff very low, has to retreat.
That was a nice use by Jax on Eagle at the start of that fight.
Hope the Dire
Allowed him to
march
dodge
over
some
that
spells.
tower. Ain't looking good for the Dire's mid-racks.
Griff looking for his go.
He's got 20 seconds left till Dragon form.
This rack should go down. They catch Eagle in the bola. Doesn't care too much. Still waiting. Still holding ult. Doesn't have shard either. So Eagle is definitely vulnerable. Kind of surprised he hasn't picked up the shard yet with how aggressive he's being.
Dire's top tower is
Probably doesn't feel like he needs it. There's quite a good amount of saves for him.
Oh, the shard coming out right now, actually.
Wow.
Dire's lost the top tower. No breaking down the radiant structures like this.
And the final fight begins. Pianist kicked out of the base by Robertus. Tries to hookshot himself back in, but gets blocked by Eagle. And that'll be a dead clockwork with no buyback. This final rack's being threatened. Eagle and Weaves click it down. There should be megas. And another kickback by Robertus. Joe Hickson has entered the lobby and his name is Robertus.
The Dire's top brand is all the pieces.
The final rack will fall, and this will be megas. We're solid. Looking to close this out in just about the same amount of time as they did in the first game.
Yeah.
Desperation buybacks go out. Robertus dies in the fountain. Trying to be cheeky. Griff looking for return kills. A Glimmer Cape on the CM will keep her alive. Jack's being pressured by Fua. It's a buyback by Robertus, so he'll TP back in. TP's to the outpost. Clockwork actually alive, but Coil goes down. That's his dieback. Fua blinks in as well with the rolling boulder. Penis getting clicked down by Weebs. This should be a dieback on him. Robertus living on a sliver of HP. Pops the drinking buddies to enable Eagle, just saying, go kill them all, Mr. Bear. And he does. Dragon Knight down with no buyback. GG is called, but they will mop up as many as they can and put their stamp on this series. 2-0 to Team Solid. Better played, though, by Baps in this one. They definitely held out much longer than they did in Game 1.
Yeah, really well played by them. From that disaster of a start for them to bring it back to even, but Solid just outplaying them. I think Griff didn't really build much damage, and it was like some of those team fights, they were just getting out on like slivers of HP.
Be fair, though, Griff didn't do too much less damage than Eagle or Weebs. Fuwafuwa actually doing slightly more. He did the most on his team, 33k. You're right, though. Griff did go more so for tank, I would say.
Yeah.
Didn't have a specific damage item other than the armlet. Paladin sword, helping a little bit, but yeah, it's pretty tough. No real source of damage on the side of breaking Baps. And I think that's what kind of did them in here.
Yeah, but I believe that's Solid still being top of their group. I believe they've just have to play Black Country Widows next. But yeah, good games. Really fun games to watch and cast.
Yep, well played to both teams. Baps definitely put up a better fight in Game 2, like we said. Hopefully they can get some things ironed out, and they can get into the playoff stage with a pretty good record. Squelchy, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's the least I could do after I sort of swiped this one. I hope to see you on Tuesday for your end of things.
Yeah, I'll be casting Spherical versus Team Sus. Stessy's Ultra Shitters. It should be a banger of a game.
Yep, everybody, exclamation point GTI 24 in the chat. Please take a look at the schedule for all scheduled matches. Let's see, what's the next one? We've got one tomorrow. We've got Too Hot for Dota versus Black Country Widows. That'll be tomorrow evening if you are UK. We've also got Bad Lads versus OGs tomorrow evening. And Gubcord Dota Division versus Team We've got a triple header for tomorrow. How about that? 3 games starting in the span of an hour. Encountered an unexpected error. What do you mean, Twitch?
Yeah, Coil, you did very well in that second game. That first game was very rough. Mm.
All right. We hope to see you all there for the triple header tomorrow. I've been Cortez, joined by Squelchy. We're going to go raid the big man himself, P Flax. Have a great rest of your evening, everybody. And we'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you laters.